Ones, empaths. I was reading through the comments. I haven't got round to replying to the comments yet, but I noticed a comment saying how to overcome loneliness from dealing with the narcissist. So shout out to the subscriber that put that comment. I hope you're watching now. I'll try to do my best on the topic because it is a serious topic. It is a serious issue that does happen after being entangled with the narcissist. It happens. You naturally go through these serious bouts of loneliness. But one thing that you need to understand is it's not your fault, right? This situation now, I know they're out of your life. I know they're a narcissist. I know they're a devil. But the reason that this has happened, the reason why you're alone now, it's not your fault, right? They may have cheated on you. They may have lied about you, smeared your name. They may have ran off to a new supply. The lists are endless, so I don't know what it is in your case, but you may have actually cut them off because the abuse was too strong. The abuse was too much, and now you're alone and you're feeling loneliness. All of them can be the reason why, but you do go through serious bouts of loneliness after dealing with the narcissist. And what I've realized through my journey and overcoming this loneliness is this loneliness actually becomes your superpower. It may be hard for you to understand it right now, but you need to be careful in not letting other people into your life. Like, I get seriously drained now after being with the narcissist. It was a long time ago now, but people in my life now that come into my life, it drains me. If anything, I'd rather be alone. That's how I am now. I'd rather be alone unless the person has reciprocation. They're honest, they're truthful, there's no deception, there's no lies. But let's just face it, in the world that we live in, with people on substances or alcohol, or people are liars. They lie, they deceive, they steal, they cheat, they manipulate. And I haven't got any time for those kind of people in my life. And I'd rather be alone now. And now, how you feel at the moment, you may have been out of the relationship for a number of years and you're going through this loneliness, and it's okay. We all heal at different rates. There's no set healing time. There's no set healing time. But what I will say is that you need to do more with the time now that you are alone. And you've got a void missing in your life. And this void that's missing in your life that you feel this loneliness from is because you was around someone who love bombed you, manipulated you, was always in your presence. And now without them, even though you probably don't like them, and maybe you don't want to be with them even, you still feel this loneliness inside you. And it's because you're used to being around someone. You're used to having that company. But not all company is good company. Not all company is good company to have around us. And what's happening now is the universe and God have come together to show you that this is evil company that was around you. It's evil company. You don't need this company around you, okay? You don't need this company at all. So the initial stages, and as I said, this can go on for years, because you may have been with them for 10 years. If you've been with someone for 10 years, day in, day out, waking up, eating together, sleeping together, watching films together, having fun together, so-called fun, then when that's out of your life, you're going to feel empty. You just got to look at it naturally. You're going to feel empty, right? Because you're used to having that companionship. But the moral of the story is that companion that made you feel connected, that made you feel like you're not alone, was evil company. And now they're out of your life. You can make way for better company in your life. I hope that you're over the fact the first signs of you getting over the fact of them is when you're prepared to have someone else. Now, that can be a catch-22 because you could let someone else in your life who's just as toxic, but I'm saying it's a step in the right direction as long as you're past the point you don't want them, you know, because you can stay stuck for a number of years where all you want is them. You can be stuck for a number of years and even be with someone new, and you can think, all I do is miss this person. This is because they've trauma bonded you. It's a manipulation tactic. They've made you feel like you rely on them, like you need them. But what God's showing you is you don't need no one in this world. God's chosen people from the past, from biblical references, from Quranic references, from the Torah references, from even Guru Nanak, whatever. If you're a Sikh, you're a Hindu, you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're a Jew. If you study the scriptures, you'll see that they had periods and times of being alone. Now, this period and time that you are alone is God shaping you and molding you to become a new version of yourself. These narcissists made you into a codependent, right? They made you be codependent. They made you need them, rely on them. Not to the extent that they need us, because they need us more than we need them. And I know they may not be showing you that right now because they're off with someone new, but they certainly need people in their lives more than we need people in our lives. What you can do, and the key to dealing with this is, you need to find your purpose. God has removed this person from your life because they was a distraction to your true calling. I don't know what your true calling actually is, but each of us has a true calling. And I'm not telling you it's your 9-to-5 job. Some of us lose our ways. So many people lose their ways working a 9-to-5 job till they drop dead. And you know, when they drop dead, the corporation will get a new person. There'll be a vacancy to be filled. They'll get someone else, and they'll come along and pick right up where you left off. So I'm not telling you that your true calling is your job, but it can be your job. You know, if you've got an independent operation or a small business, you've got a small business running, this is where your focus needs to be on. If you've got friends and family around you, that's good. If you don't have friends or family around you, then the loneliness can feel more painful. I have a small bit of family, so-called friends. I don't really trust them as far as you could throw them. I don't really trust them. I've realized that a lot of my close friends from my childhood were no good for me. And I've realized that down to this very day. so-called friends that have got back in contact with me, they may have filled a void, a slight void of loneliness, but it's just a temporary fix. It's not a solution. It's not solving the problem. So what I need you to do, chosen one empath, is understand that this person that walked out on your life, or you cut out of your life, it's their loss losing you. It's not your loss. It's their loss. They lost you. You are that valuable object. You are that valuable jewel. You are that prized possession. And they know you're their prized possession. We're not possessions, but they look at us as a possession or an object. You're their prized possession. They know that in their heart of hearts. Putting that aside, what you need to focus on is yourself. All of this energy you was putting into someone else, I'm telling you, it's wasted. Unless someone has reciprocity and reciprocation, they're honest and true, and they're a good person, it's wasted energy. I've even wasted my energy on people to this recent time, and I'm currently going through the dealings of it at the moment. Part of the reason of this was why I was away from YouTube for a little time recently. I did have an injury as well, but I was away from YouTube because I've finally realized that I was wasting my energy on people that was unnecessary to be in my life. And you need to be careful of these people that come along and try and drain your energy. We have high energy. And I want you to understand that if you do find your calling, you're on the path to it. You're on the path to it. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but you're going to find something to get your teeth into. You're going to find something that you enjoy and that you love. And this will distract you from the pain that you're going through, from the loneliness. This will be your companion. Your work will be your companion. And that's why I'm saying you might have a 9-to-5 job, but your extra additional work, you may be doing something online, selling something on Amazon. You may be doing something in e-commerce, selling something, a product that you like. You might be a painter. I don't know what it is you do. You might be a painter and you're trying to sell your artwork to galleries or whatnot. But there's small steps in this direction is your calling. Because someone's going to see your artwork or they're going to buy your product and they're going to feel good about themselves. And it's about you spreading this energy through a business means. So you make a profit, you can support yourself, and on the flip side, someone's gaining something from it too. That's a reciprocal transaction. And in the same sense as that, that's what you're looking for in a relationship. Reciprocity, where there's gain on both sides, where it's not a one-sided relationship like we had with the narcissist. It was so one-sided what we had with the narcissist. It was all give, no take. It was all take, no give. It was all take from us, take, no give from them. Right? That's what they did. Honestly speaking, the person that I am and how far I've come from the days where I used to feel lonely, I enjoy it. You know? Another lonely night. You're chilling there at home. You've had your dinner. put something on the TV or you watch something on your phone. You're chilling. It's all right. It's all right. Don't get lost in these dating apps and trying to literally buy someone's attention, craving for someone's attention. We don't need attention. Read the comments. So many of you chosen ones and empaths understand what I'm saying. But to this subscriber who's saying this is the last thing that he's dealing with, it's not the last thing you're dealing with. It's the beginning of more. It's the beginning of more. The further you go down in this healing journey, you need to start to love yourself. You need to start to love your own company. You need to keep busy, enjoy things, do projects. I mentioned businesses and stuff like that. I don't know your personal situation, but all of us have the potential to start something really meaningful. Now, I'm not saying my true calling is YouTube, but for the moment, right, I'm enjoying YouTube. I believe it's being well received, and it's something you can do too. You could even do YouTube, you know? If you really put the work in for 3-4 months and you keep posting, you may not see your numbers change. You may not see subscribers come. That's what I was doing at the beginning. It was like therapy. I was releasing this. I was getting some views. I was getting a couple of subscribers. I wasn't really focused. I wasn't really bothered. I was just putting this information out there early on in my YouTube journey. And then it worked out. Maybe YouTube's not for you, but there's other things. There's other outlets. And you need to find your true calling. So when you walk around the street, right, where you feel lonely, there's a difference between being lonely and alone. You're not lonely. You're alone, right? You need to get to the feeling of being, I'm alone. I'm alone. I might have parents or a brother or a sister or a friend, but you're alone. We're born in this world alone and we die alone. So God puts us through this period of our life. You're going through a season of your life where God thinks it's best for you to be alone. This is what it's about. If you have people in your life, it will be a distraction for you. It will be a distraction for you. It won't be good for you. For me, I've even realized up to this very day, you see, I got in touch with a close friend from years ago, a couple of years back, and we used to speak, and I put all my energy into this person, and they spoke back to me as well. But then they got bad ideas about me. They hit me with false accusations, and they've gone off somewhere else, and I'm not fazed because I know what it's about. I was going in the wrong direction. You see, what you got to understand about companionship and friendship is, and I hope you're still here in this video, is why was we with the narcissist? The narcissist associated themselves with us for their gain. They gained supply. So they associated themselves with us. They may have gained finances and money. They may have gained sex. So they associated themselves with us. They wasn't associating themselves with us for the good of a friendship or for the good of a romantic relationship. They were associating themselves with us for their gain. That's why they were associating themselves. And what I've realized about myself is I don't associate myself with people for my own gain. But I get tricked into situations where people associate themselves with me for their own gain. Now I'm looking for a relationship where it's reciprocal. There's reciprocation. There's reciprocity. It's not just being with each other for each other's gain. You see? I'm not looking for a relationship just so I can have sex or just so I can have someone next to me. We need to work on these things within inside ourselves so we're complete as a person. And once we're complete as a person, we're ready to let someone in. If you're not complete as a person, you're just out. People are just out there for gain. They're just out there to gain what they can from you. That's all they're out there for. And there's so many of them in the streets, in the world, that are just out there to manipulate you for their own gain. And I see it now. You know, I thought I was so clued up, but I see how people are just out to manipulate me and out for their own gain. So I don't need these people around me that are just out for their own gain. I don't need that, and you don't need that. So this loneliness, enjoy it. Enjoy it. You're alone. You know, when you're alone, you can become the best person that you possibly can be. People come up with the best inventions that they possibly can be. They would never come up with those inventions. Look at Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla died a virgin. Nikola Tesla, he had one person, I don't know if he was a virgin factually, but that's what they say. But there was a woman that was involved in his life, and I think that she didn't want to be with him, or something happened. But he channeled his energy into his studies. He channeled his energy into his work, and he come up with alternating current. And alternating current in electrical is what we still use today all over the world. He never got paid for them. He never got paid for his work that he did. He died alone in a hotel room. But I'm telling you now that if he could look at the world now, every light in your house, every billboard, every single piece of electrical appliance or lighting, power or lighting that you see throughout the whole entire world is alternating current, AC. Thomas Edison was coming out with DC. And I know I'm going off topic here, but it's for a point. Thomas Edison wanted DC, direct current. He wanted everything to be done off batteries. It would have never worked. You can't power a town off a battery. It just does not work. We still use DC as backup supplies. When power in a building or something cuts out, maybe they'll kick in the batteries, but the batteries might last for a few hours till the repair's done, and that's about it, right? If we was to do DC, we'll need a power station on every street. We need a power station in every town. The way we have alternating current, we don't need a power station in every town. We might have a power station every now and then. We don't. But what I'm trying to say to you is, he was a brilliant inventor because he spent time alone. But look, I'm not saying we're all going to be like Nikola Tesla and die alone in a hotel room and we lose all our money and we don't get paid the money we deserve for our work. I'm trying to say we need to think smart and focus on our studies. Like, you could even go back to university. You might be 30 or 40 years old now. You could go back to university. You're going to meet friends. You're going to meet associates. You're going to meet people, you know. But most importantly, don't look at it like you're meeting people. Look at it like you're doing your work, you know. You could go back to college. Focus on some studies. There's internet courses and stuff like that you could focus on. There's groups and things like that that you can attend. If that's what's good for you, you can attend those. But honestly, what I say is the longer you go on this healing journey, and you will defeat this loneliness. You will defeat it. This loneliness will be gone. Give it time. It will go. And once you get to the point when you no longer miss the narcissist, you no longer only want the narcissist back in your life, and you've got in your mind that you potentially want someone else, but someone else who's kind, someone else who's got reciprocity, someone else who's got reciprocation, someone else who's got real love. You're looking for someone like that. You're not willing to let anybody and anyone into your life, right? That's when you know you've made a significant step in your journey. And the time that you know you've defeated loneliness is when you love being alone. This channel is made for empaths and chosen ones. What you don't realize about yourself, especially aimed at the subscriber who made the question, what you don't realize about yourself is we as empaths need time to recharge. You have been emotionally and physically and spiritually drained by this narcissist, and God or the universe is saying to you, son or daughter, I'm not sure if you're male or female, you need time to recharge. You need time to recharge now. It's time for you to recharge. It's time for you to become a better version of yourself than you've ever seen. And you're going to become this better version than you've ever seen before, I promise you. You're going to go through those dark nights, those lonely nights, and you're going to overcome this. I promise you. I've been there. I'm not going to scare you now, trigger you now. But even 3 years on after I was with the narcissist, it was someone that I deeply loved and stuff like that. I really was connected to them. We did have a bond, even though she was a narcissist, we did have a bond. But 3 years after, I still felt bits of loneliness. I still felt bits of loneliness. But the last time that I truly felt it was those about 3 years it took. And I mentioned this before, but I went and worked abroad. This is something you can do. Go and work abroad. Go and travel. Travel solo. You have a better time traveling solo. I had a better time traveling solo. Even though I was working with people, I'd still go into the town by myself. They had a van, but I would walk and stuff like that, and I would do my own trips to get my shopping and stuff like that. I'd speak to the locals in a native language. I would use the phone, the Google phone, the phone to use Google Translate, and I would try and speak to them and ask them where's this product, and go to the bakery and stuff like that. And over those 4 months that I was there, just before coronavirus happened, otherwise I would still be out there now working, doing those jobs all around the world. It's only because coronavirus happened and Brexit, Britain's exit out of Europe and stuff like that, why it all changed for me. But that's how I defeated the loneliness as well, is I went to another country, I worked abroad. I remember when I first went to a restaurant, I felt like, oh, it would be nice if the narcissist was here with me. It's all part of the journey. It's all part of the journey. You're adjusting. You're transitioning to know what it's like to be by yourself, right? You're adjusting and transitioning to know what it will be like by yourself. And I promise you, I don't know how long you've been out in this. You may not take up to 3 years like I did. You might be able to deal with this in 6 months. You might have the strength and the resilience to be able to deal with this in 6 months. But if this is still fresh to you, and it's fresh and it's just happened, right? You're gonna feel lonely. There's nothing wrong with that. You're gonna. But I tell you that alone and loneliness are two completely different things. Don't confuse it. Don't just think because I'm alone, I'm lonely. It's not the same. I'm alone now, making this video. I'm not lonely. You see? I'm not lonely. I'm alone. Right? And that can be the same for you too. Don't give in to the stigmas of the world just because you don't have a significant other and stuff like that. And people think, oh, they're single, or da-da-da-da-da. Like, that's a bad thing. You've got what's coming for you. You've made space in your life now for something better. So enjoy this period of solitude. Enjoy this period of loneliness or being alone. Go through this loneliness spell. It will transition into being alone. It will transition into you enjoying your own company. It will transition into you finally meeting someone that you can let into your life. But don't be on the rush trying to get someone new just to fill this loneliness void in yourself. You need to fill this loneliness void yourself. And it's going to happen. And I promise you it's going to happen. The longer you go on this healing journey, it will happen. And I just want to correct what I said. It wasn't like at 3 years I was really lonely. I'm just telling you that I had tendencies of loneliness at 3 years. I had tendencies of loneliness, just slight tendencies. I'd overcome a lot over those 3 years. You know, it wasn't like how it was at the beginning. I'd overcome and I'd plucked up the courage to go work abroad alone, traveling to another country alone, meeting random people alone. So just focus on your meaning. You've got a calling. To all of you that are listening and to this subscriber that had this problem, you've got a calling. Keep working on your healing. Put all of this pain that you had, change it into love. Put it back inside yourself. Put all of the love inside yourself. Put all of the love, self-love, self-praise. Be grateful. Practice gratitude. Be thankful for what you have. Be thankful if you do have someone. If you do have someone, I don't know if you do, but if you do have a mum, or you do have a dad, or you do have a brother, or you do have a sister, or you do have a cousin, or you do have an aunt, or you do have a grandparent, or you do whatever. If you do have someone, be grateful for that. And even if you don't worry about it. Your person's coming in your life. Further down the line, don't worry. Mine's coming too. But I'm just focused on my projects at the moment. I'm too busy with my projects at the moment. Whether it's doing the YouTube, whether it's doing the sessions, and other things that I do. I'm too focused on my projects at the moment to even want someone in my life. And that's what I want you to become like. I want you to become like you're so busy with other things, other opportunities, other tasks, other studies, that you don't have time to even feel lonely. Think about what I said about going back and studying, going to YouTube. If the job that you've got's not working out for you, or it's not heading you in the right direction, keep the job. Never give up your job like willy-nilly. Never give it up just for the sake of it. But if you've got some savings and you can afford to give up your job to put these savings into another career path, do that. Make some choices. Take the risk. But take what you can till you get where you're going. So that's why I mean, like, you've got that job at the moment. If you've got it, it's paying the bills, it's helping you out. It's okay. Do that. Then that's another thing. You've got colleagues at work. I know colleagues are not real friends and stuff like that, but you've got colleagues, you've got people you associate with and you speak to. A new colleague might join that workplace and that might be your future partner. You never know. Just don't let this narcissist stain your heart, mind, and soul. Get rid of that. And please, don't let them back in. Don't let this loneliness make you want to let them back in your life, like you're so lonely that you only can see them and you only want them back in your life. You'll get over this. We're all going through it together. You're not alone. Remember that. I tell you, this loneliness that you're feeling, yeah? I felt it. So many of these viewers that are going to watch this video have felt it. So many viewers that have watched other videos have felt it. But read the comments, right? Some people really enjoy their alone time now. Just focus on your projects. Your projects, right? You could have a good job now. So the job's not an issue for you. You could have a really good job and a career and it's all great for you. That's great. So focus on a project like, I don't know, making an office in your flat or your house. Making a safe space where you can chill out and relax. You know? I wish I could do that. Hopefully I can do that sort of stuff in the future. You know, it's just not by my means at the moment. But making a nice place for you to do your work or your studies. I read this from a subscriber that said, you know, when the narcissists go out of their life, they manage to redecorate their house. They managed to renovate their house. They've done it all themselves. And the narcissist was holding them back from doing these things. This is what I'm saying to you. The narcissist was holding back your potential. This is why this has happened to you. This is why you're lonely now. This is why you feel lonely. It's an emotion you're dealing with. That's all you're dealing with is an emotion. But the narcissist was holding you back from your true potential. These so-called friends and fakes and snakes were holding you back from your future potential. They're holding you back from what you're destined to become. That's what they're holding you back from. They're holding you back. They were holding you back. And God in the universe has said, no, let me put this person alone. They've got it inside their psyche, in their heart, mind, and soul. They can do a lot better. And they are going to do a lot better. And you are going to do a lot better. You're going to succeed. You're going to become stronger. You're going to become more resilient. You're going to become more determined. You're going to overcome so many obstacles along the way. You know what I'm saying? As I said to you many times before, my path was this. The narcissist, going through all the grief with the narcissist, to finally getting a job working abroad, to coronavirus happening and shutting down the whole world, so I couldn't even work no more, to starting my own business, running that business through the year, till I ran into certain technicalities why I couldn't continue with that business. There were certain grey areas that the business shouldn't have been operating. There were certain problems I ran into, and it was my real passion, this business. I had sales. All I used was Google Ads to promote the product. And then I realized that I can't carry on with that business. And then it led me to doing YouTube, you know. Just look for the signs. There's certain signs that have happened in your path to show you the way you're going. And this place where you're at now, you're in a beautiful position right now. I know it don't feel like that. I know it don't seem like that because you feel lonely. But you're in a beautiful, beautiful position. And it's only going to get better for you. There's sunshine ahead. I promise you. Just keep walking. Keep going. Keep on the straight path. Don't let no leeches in. Don't let no fakes and snakes into your circle. It's better to be alone than have a bunch of phonies around you. And that's what I say. It's better. I'd rather be alone than have any phonies around me. Right? So keep going. You need good people around you. You need strong people around you. You need people that have sorry I keep saying this, but you need reciprocity. You need reciprocation in a relationship, whether friendship, romantic, business. You need reciprocity and reciprocation. If there's any relationship that you encounter that does not have reciprocation or reciprocity, cut it off. It don't need to be done. It's not needed. So I hope this video helps. I tried to go in depth as I possibly can. I hope you watched it till the end. And to that subscriber, don't worry, man. You're not alone. I'm alone now. You're not lonely. Don't worry, man. And remember, this is the final thing I'll say to you. Whether you believe in God or not, you believe in the universe. There's something with you. There's something with you. You're never alone. God's always with you. That's what I believe. Even if you don't believe in God, that's fine. But I believe God's always with you. You're never alone. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. So anyway, back with another video soon. Peace.